All right. On to other things, on to other matters. So, Dave Chappelle. I saw it, night before last?
And I saw it today.
And you saw it today?
Yeah.
Boy, he's getting some backlash right now. He's getting some backlash.
Yes.
Not from us, may I say.
Hell no.
But there's backlash and there's, firings from Netflix and all sorts going on.
There's some backlash and then there's some backlash against the backlash.
Okay. So first of all,
yeah,
let's talk about his stand-up. Is he not the best?
Bro.
Is there anyone better than Dave Chappelle right now?
Bro.
First of all.
Right now, no.
No.
Right now, Dave Chappelle's the man.
He's the man.
And I'm going to be real honest with you. Like, Leon knows I'm a big Chris Rock fan.
Yeah.
You know I'm a big... My two favourite for the last while has been Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. But for some reason, I don't know why, I always held Chris Rock slightly higher than Dave Chappelle. There's a new champ now.
Yeah.
After watching that, there's a new champ. His intelligence with his comedy just keeps astounding me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It to the point where even my missus, who's not... I mean, it's not that she's not a Dave Chappelle fan, but she doesn't really watch Dave Chappelle like she watches Chris Rock. And even she was like, when I was watching this, I need to watch this again. This guy's so smart. To say that while you're watching a comedy, blatant comedy, stand-up, is
because with Dave, you are learning something. You are learning. There are comedians that talk about real life situations and this and that, but the way he knits things together is like no other.
Well, let me just stop you there. I just want to say we have a very good comedian in Leon. Like he's probably the funniest guy that I know.
Thanks,
literally.
man.
No, for real. And when it comes to comedy, he's the man. So he's the expert when it comes to this. So,
I don't know about expert.
Well, out of the two of us, he's the expert.
But what I would say is like Chris Rock, legend.
Yes.
Absolute legend.
Yeah.
And he dominated for an era.
Yeah.
He dominated.
Yeah.
But the way he composed his jokes were like, it just wasn't as thoughtful. Like the way Dave thinks about things, but always current and always from all walks of life and all things that are happening. For me, he's just a deeper thinker than most comedians.
I agree with that. I agree with the deeper thinker part. I think Chris Rock, when he's done his specials, takes the current what's going on currently.
He's got a bag of insight.
But I think as you said, I think Dave Chappelle has more insight and he does a lot more thinking.
Yes.
But I think because I heard his parents are teachers or were teachers, and I think it comes a lot from that.
Yeah.
I think it comes. You can see that he studies and he like you said, he's very cerebral. That's the word.
Yeah.
Very cerebral.
Yeah.
And I think he gets that from his parents.
Oh,
you know what I mean? But the Closer was fantastic. As close as a 10 out of 10 as I can rate something. I not only was I laughing, but as you said, I learned something. I didn't know about Sojourner Truth.
No,
I didn't know about. As soon as because I'm like that. As soon as I hear a name I don't know about, I'm like, okay, let me Google. Who she is, and it rang a lot of truth about the whole feminist movement and how they exclude black people, black women, should I say?
Yeah,
it rang true. Again, this is what I love about Dave Chappelle. He will make comedy, but he will bring it from real life, but he will study it so that he's not just talking out of thin air. It's stuff that's you can. It's literally.
It's not surface.
Yeah, you can search it and find out the information for yourself to then see that okay, this guy was chatting truth.
Yeah,
do you know? Like I said,
it worked for laughs. It worked just for laughs.
Right. He does, and just like the whole thing that's given him the controversy with the transgender community. I don't understand it. And I know you don't understand it.
Yeah.
Because not once did he really make, especially, I mean, I've heard him in other specials, but not once in that special did I really hear a massive disparaging joke about the transgender community.
Like highly derogatory or this, like it's not really there.
In fact, in the end, he praised a friend of his who was a transgender comic who ended up killing herself.
Daphne.
Yeah.
Daphne.
And he really went in praising this girl as well as making fun. But again, he said, and she was a massive fan of his.
Yeah.
She was defending him.
She followed him around and he was her inspiration. She went to all his gigs.
And this was a transgender woman.
And he brought her in
to
open his show. Right. Big Dave Chappelle, you know.
Right.
Big Dave Chappelle.
Right.
We're not talking small time. We're talking Dave Chappelle. And she bombed. And he still was back in it.
Bro, and what he's also trying to say in his comedy, which is really a commentary on what's going on at the moment, is that he said in one part, I don't hate gays. I'm actually jealous of you guys. I'm jealous of the LGBT community because you've managed to do in 10, 15 years what we as black people have been trying to do for 400 years. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And you've done it faster. Yeah. So I'm jealous of you lot, which people are not, especially from the transgender community, are not computing. They're not, why is that? He mentioned that it was easier for Bruce Jenner to change sex than it was for Cassius Clay to change his name to Muhammad Ali. Yeah. Why is that? These are the questions that the transgender community don't want to answer for whatever reason.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I didn't see anything in that in that stand up, the close up that the transgender community should be mad about. Did you?
Well, not really. No. I'm saying not really. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Because I'm just thinking, when you go to all these comedians' back catalogue, who do they not mock?
Well, you see,
they mock their own. They mock like other religions, other cultures, other creeds. Yeah. No one's out of bounds.
I do, and you're right, but I do, and that's one of the reasons. Just going off at a tangent quickly. This is one of the reasons why I don't back people that say, "Oh, Sacha Baron Cohen, for instance, is a racist, or he hates this group of people, or he hates that group of people." Because if you watch all of his films, he goes in on his own people. He goes in on the Jewish community as well as other people. So my thing is, if you're willing to go in on your own people like that, I have nothing to say really. If you know what I mean, when
if you're steering clear of your own, then
right. You know, I mean, do you remember in Borat when he was like saying, because they went to a hotel where there were Jewish people, and he was like, "Oh no, Jews," and then the cockroaches came through the door. "Oh no, they've turned form. Give them money, give them money." I was like, if any non-Jewish person did that, you're done. You're done. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You're done. Your career's over. So he went in, but so you can't really. But again, that's me going off at a tangent. I do feel certain things should be slightly out of bounds.
You do?
Slightly. And I say that I again, this is probably going off at a tangent. I say it like this. I had a conversation with a guy one day when I was at work. This was a long time ago. And he was saying, "Oh yeah, that we should make more jokes about racism, because the more we joke about it, the less people will feel like it's, like they want to do it." And I'm like, yeah, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. And I said, do you know why that doesn't work? Because that's personal to the person that suffers the racism, which is usually black people. And I said, it will just be like me saying, well, if your sister got raped, let's make a joke out of it, because then it's not so serious and maybe people won't want to rape no more. And he goes, yeah, I wouldn't feel good about it. I said, exactly, because it's a personal thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when we talk about like someone's religion, for instance, that's something personal. I don't feel like people should be You know what I mean? I think most things shouldn't be out of bounds, but I feel like certain things that are going to start something, like religion, you know, like family.
I feel nothing's out of bounds if you're skilled like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Highly skilled.
But then how many people are highly skilled?
No, they're not.
This is
They're
my point.
not. So if you go for it and you fuck up, then that's you.
Yeah, but fucking up could be the difference between life and death.
But that's what I'm saying. So
things.
you make your own choices. But I'm saying there are people intelligent enough to do it in such a way where you can't really pin them down on it.
Yeah.
But I'm talking, the guy at work, let's have like black jokes. Like, that's what it's gonna be.
But this is my point. You see what I'm saying?
Like dumb black jokes.
That don't make no sense.
No.
And as soon as I said it to him, well, let's do something personal about you. He was like, oh no, precisely.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is why it doesn't necessarily work, right?
If you're not highly skilled,
stay away. Which unfortunately is most comics. Most comics are nowhere near the Dave Chappelle level. You know what I mean?
Better stick with the nut jokes.
Right. Do you know what I mean? So
better stick with the nut jokes.
But I found it. One thing I will also say, and this is not a slight on. It's the one thing I've got against Dave, but it's most black comics is the continual use of the N-word.
Okay.
You know I don't like that word. I know you like using it sometimes, right? The reason why I'm personally of the opinion that no one, including black people, should use that word. And I'll tell you why. A good reason why is I feel Black America is the primary reason why every other race in America, especially white people, are not comfortable using that word. I saw a video one time where this policeman was arresting this white dude. He obviously listens to hip hop and whatnot. You can tell by the way he dressed. And he was calling them the N-word. And so the police officer said, I'm not black. And he goes, yeah, I don't mean the N-word as in ER. I mean the N-word as in A. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell difference does it make? You shouldn't be saying that word. But precisely, he's been kind of indoctrinated by listening to this music, by watching people like Dave Chappelle use this word and feel it's okay to use the word. Do you see what I'm saying? So where I get where they were going with this when they first started it. They wanted word ownership. We wanted to reclaim that, not reclaim because we never made that word up, but they wanted to take that word and make it mean something else. It just didn't work.
Okay.
Do you feel it worked? Because you know, if any other color came up to you and used the N-word, you'll be swinging.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But I think it's just made it a bit more accessible for
non-black
people.
That's my thing. I think that word should be just dead and buried. No one use it.
But it's not gonna be.
Obviously, it's not. Yeah, obviously, that's not going to happen.
It's just.
But that's just my one slight on Dave Chappelle. But it's all comics. So yeah, But other than that, I'm sorry to swear, but it was fantastic.
No, it was.
It was fantastic, and I'm gonna watch it again tomorrow probably.
He's brilliant.
He's just a fantastic. So what about the controversy? So Netflix have now sacked, I think, 3 people. One being a transgender employee.
Yeah, and 2 others.
Yeah, and 2 others over them protesting that they should take off the special off Netflix. What do you think of that?
They did it via Twitter, didn't they? How did they?
I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure.
But how were they saying that? Was they saying internal or external?
I think they crashed a meeting.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Yeah, they crashed the meeting.
First of all, like, this is your place of work. Like, respect the hustle. If you know, there are chains. Like, Netflix is a big place, so you got to do things the right way. What do you mean crashing the meeting? This is Netflix.
Yeah.
This is the biggest streaming site in the world
at the moment.
Who commands more money? Like, nobody.
Yeah.
So I think people sometimes, like, business is business, and I think they never really had anything to feel. Why didn't they do this? He's got a back catalogue on Netflix. So why are you waiting for this one?
Well, apparently he got dragged over Twitter for his last stand-up.
Yeah.
but maybe there weren't enough people at Netflix at that time to do that. My thing is this, and you just touched on it. You've got nothing to protest about.
Yeah. What did he do really?
What did he do
really?
that was so offensive to the transgender, the LGBT community? I don't understand, because I'm watching it, waiting to see. Like, even before I watched the show today, I've watched clips of the supposed bits that were supposed to be offensive to the LGBT community, and I was like, "Is that it?"
I'm not really.
I'm not seeing it.
If I'm missing something, somebody tell me.
Please,
like,
let us know.
I will.
I'm happy to be.
Yeah, like, I just missed it. I just missed it. Am I being ignorant?
I don't think so, but
maybe.
And to be honest, most people don't think so.
Yeah.
Even a lot of people in the transgender community or the LGBT community don't think so.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Even the comic, is it Flame? The American transgender comic, Flame.
I don't know that person.
Yeah.
But
they're 30 years deep.
Right.
Flame something. But yeah, they were like, it's funny. It's funny. Why are you making something out of nothing?
And to prove my point, or our point, that he said he's jealous of the LGBT community because they've managed to get in 15, 20 years what we haven't even got in 400 years. He made a point of the baby. Now, I only know about the baby recently because of all of this crap. Yeah. I don't listen to this new music no more.
Any man that calls himself a baby.
The baby, yeah. Really so apparently he made some offensive comments to the LGBT community.
Yeah, at a concert or something.
Something like I don't know what happened. But what Dave Chappelle said, and people from the transgender and LGBT community don't seem to grasp, is that he said the baby is a wild guy. He's shot a black person in Walmart and nothing bad happened to his career. But he offended, and he fully admits what he said was wrong. Yeah. You know, Dave Chappelle admits that what he said was wrong. But he offends the LGBT community and now he's cancelled. What does that say? So you can kill a black person, that's not really going to harm your career. You're good. But just offend the LGBT community and he went on to say, when you cancel someone, you're effectively killing them because that man cannot earn a living no more. And he mentioned about Kevin Hart and the Oscars.
Yeah.
So, and that's all he's asking the LGBT community to consider. That you know, he's really, and in the end, he even said, this is going to be my last stand up for a while, and I'm not going to make any more jokes to the LGBT community until I know for sure we are laughing together. If that's not gracious, I don't know what is.
Yeah, that.
You know what I mean?
Gracious is that. What other word can you use?
Honestly, because he could have just gone hard, carry on, bro. Nah, I don't care. We're tear.
Business,
right? And he even said, obviously some of these people don't know who I am. I'm the guy that walked away from 50 million.
Yeah, and he did.
Man,
where did he go? Africa.
Right. Because they tried to get him to, do all this messed up stuff that, he didn't want to do.
He didn't want to
in his own show.
Yeah, 50 mil.
You know what I mean?
Walked away from it.
That's a man with integrity. That is a man with integrity. And then he came back and then he got 60 mil for the Netflix special. Yeah. Remember?
Also, that's a man that had a few mil.
Obviously.
Do you walk away from 50 mil if you're Brock?
But I will say, he wasn't 60 mil, 50 mil rich.
No.
He had a few mil. He had a few mil.
Yeah.
But even he admits even at the Dave Chappelle show level, he wasn't big. He even fully admits that in the show.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He wasn't. So that's a man with integrity. Yeah. And this is why I believe a lot of people, including a lot of white people, love Dave Chappelle. Because he has that integrity that he's not willing to do something that goes against his beliefs.
Yeah. And you know what? In the beginning, black people weren't really fucking with Dave Chappelle.
Really?
I was always on Dave
Chappelle.
But no, people weren't because of the way he did his comedy.
Right.
Like, remember the era he came through? You had the Chris Tuckers. Yeah. And you had the Bernie Macs. Yeah. You had the
Chris Rocks,
pro-black.
Yeah.
Black jokes.
Yeah.
Whereas Dave Chappelle was slightly He was a bit different.
But I think
He was a bit different.
I think Dave Chappelle, because he's in an interracial marriage, I think that upsets a few people. Maybe before, maybe not so much now, but maybe before in that time that upset a few people. Because you get idiots that are like, oh, you're married to a different race, blah blah blah. Like, who cares? Like, you know what I mean? But anyway, those are idiots. Anyway. I feel, and also as we touched on earlier, he's a little bit more cerebral with his comedy. Because my missus, and I probably fell into this trap too with Chris Rock. He's got that delivery that even the non-thinking person will just be, yeah, he's funny. Do you know what I mean? And just laugh at the jokes. Whereas Chappelle, you got to listen to what he's saying.
And the thing is, you don't always laugh at Chappelle.
No. But sometimes
because it's like a lecture, but in such a captivating way.
Yes.
It's not that's really funny. It's not. It's like, rah, that's blown my mind without laughing. That's blown my mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
But yeah.
So I
all in all, 10 out of 10, mate.
Bruv.
Who gets more, like 10 out of 10?
Bruv, there ain't no one doing stand-up like Dave Chappelle right now. I don't think there will be for a long time, especially with the way things are now with certain movements and you're not allowed to do this and that joke.
But the one person that I wish was still alive is Patrice O'Neal. If you know about Patrice O'Neal, please just
drop down in the comments.
Yeah, drop down in the comments if you know about him. Because this brother here would not hold his punches for nobody, and he didn't care. He was one of the first to not care about political correctness. And he's gone too soon. R.I.P. Patrice, but
yeah, man. But, so let us know in the comments down below what you guys thought of the Dave Chappelle Netflix special, The Closer.
And if we missed something.
Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What do you think about the whole controversy with the LGBT community and the transgender community in particular? Do you think he offended them? Do you think he didn't offend them? And what do you feel about him not making any more stand-up for a while? Please note down in the comments what you think. And we'll be able to respond to your